Hi, everybody. This is Marlene with Miami Ghost Chronicles Stories of the Supernatural. And I'm capturing this scenery on the roadside just outside of Key West on Overseas Highway, which shows all these trailers they're basically torn apart. And I missed them on the way in because I was just reacting to it, so I decided to catch it on the way out. And I'm lucky there was a little bit of light. And the reason why I'm showing this is that Hurricane Irma devastated the Florida Keys, some parts more than others. And even 4 months after that, you could tell they have debris. Like when you see these trailers, which there's a lot of people that live out there in either RVs, either they vacation there for the winter or they actually live, and they're totally torn apart and they haven't been removed yet. And I'm thinking of all the other things that have already been removed, and it just gives you an idea of the scale of the devastation that happened down in the Florida Keys and Key West just in September of 2017. And I wanted to go ahead and show it to you at the beginning of this clip because Key West, it is a paradise. It is a paradise, and you'll see it. And I've lived my entire life here in South Florida, and I've visited the Keys throughout my entire life. And I'm glad to see that it's doing so well. Paradise is still paradise, but I just wanted to go ahead and put in a little clip to show that even after 4 months, they are still in recovery. So if you're going to do any vacationing, go down to the Keys and support them. By the way, everything though looks beautiful down there for any tourists. So here we go, guys. Hi everybody, it's Marlene with Miami Ghost Chronicles Stories of the Supernatural, and yes, I am here at Key West Cemetery, and I had to stop by there because this is such a historic place. I love this. They left him a beer, Heineken. That's very, yeah. Okay, and over here, as you could tell, oh, the graves are above ground because of the sea level. Okay, and it's places like this, it's really difficult to tell where the old graves are because it's just everything is all together. You know, like, you know, here you have this where you have burials from 1965, 1970s, 1980s. You have this other one. Oh, look at that giant iguana. What? Oh, yes. There's a bunch of them. On my way up here, I saw a lot of them. See where they live? Over there on that hole under the grave. There it goes. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I saw a lot of them that were killed on the roadside. Yeah, look at this gentleman. He's from 1949. I can't tell what this is anymore. And let's see. Should we check out the iguana? I'm sure he won't appreciate it. Yeah, he's quite. Yeah, he's got it. He's got quite a little 1962, 1948. Sorry for the plane. There you go. Yep. So, yeah, as you can tell, just for the weather, there's a lot of people that have put roofs. And this is the same cemetery where I did a story about Elena Hoyos, that she was the one that they... Carl Tinsler robbed her grave and kept her, what was left of her corpse, for what they called the Black Wedding, and basically all he had left was he was a necrophiliac. But yeah, it was from this cemetery, and like I said, her sister, because eventually the whole family passed away from tuberculosis. The sister, along with her husband, the sexton, and one of the directors from the funeral home, took the body and buried it secret. So it's buried somewhere in this cemetery, but nobody ever knows where it is exactly. Let's see, in 1960s, 1947. Oh, look at this. They've got here some pelicans.
And I know this is like, it's like, how can it not be? Because it's a cemetery, but this cemetery has quite a reputation for being quite haunted. Besides the obvious that it's full of dead people, but I believe it was established back in 1847, I want to say. Yes, I believe it was 1847. So it's coming up pretty soon in about 20 some years, maybe on a 200-year anniversary. Yeah, 1940. Blackwell, Ollie Mae, and husband Sidney. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing coming up here. A lot of the keys, even though it happened in September, Hurricane Irma really did a number on everything. And of course, this stuff being made out of stone. But 1956, I guess we're getting close to the earlier graves, which is what I'm looking for. Let's see. Look at this one. They've actually got cabanas. If you could see that there. Joaquin and Maria, 1947, 1958, they passed away. And, wow. Family wants to make sure that nobody does anything to them. Okay. Here's another one, unusual. Ling Han. Let me get out. I don't want to cast a shadow. Ling Han, 1865 to 1946. Sounds like an Asian name. Somebody at least left him some silk flowers. Let's see. Let's see what is... I don't want to trip and bust my ass, but let's see. 1966. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, well, this fence has seen better days. Oh. This is something Richard T. Can't make out the dates. I have a feeling locking 1955, 1962, but I have a feeling, especially these eastward facing graves, as you could tell, there's quite a difference. Their etching is kind of gone. If it's west facing, it's a little bit better. See, George F.B. passed away 1922. 1888, 1922, was not an old man at all. Okay. Okay, let's see. And same thing here. A lot of these graves have kind of fallen apart. That one just toppled over totally. Let me see, what is it on the other side? Oh yeah. In memory of John Kemp, born 1802, died 1866. Yeah, see, this is an older one. Yeah, this is definitely an older one. Okay, I'm looking down these side things here because you'd be surprised sometimes what you find in those things. Yeah, sometimes things that are alive and sometimes offerings and weird stuff, really weird stuff. Let's see. And still, okay, what do we got here? Aguiar, 1935. Okay, you could tell some of these burials are a little bit haphazard. Let's see. CSS Savannah, Confederate States Navy. Look at this guy. This is a Confederate burial. 1820, 1873. Jules Sherbert. Yeah. You could tell he's just... Wow. This is on 4th Avenue, by the way. I could tell they've got really nice signs demarcating stuff there. Joseph Borgassa, 1911. And by the way, this is January. This is beautiful weather here in the Keys. It's January, and that's why all the snowbirds come down here. Lucky me. This is Argelia Alayong. Oh my God, this is a child. 1932 to 1934. Wow. Pilar Hernandez. This is in Spanish because you know there's a lot of Cubans that lived here or still live here in Key West. October 12th, 1897. Murió, died September 5th, 1898. This is a child again. Un ángel más para el cielo su familia. It's another angel in heaven for her family. That was another thing. Like when I did that story about Milagro Oils or Marilena, that her whole family, eventually parents, all her sisters, that they all ended up dying at some point from tuberculosis. They did not only tuberculosis, but they used to have problems as well with fevers and things like that would kind of like sweep and basically decimate families and the population. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. This is grandmother. April 1934. I guess I want to say they sealed that up. Is that what it is? I think that's some type of sealant. Let's see. I'm not even gonna, well, the family or somebody's trying to, somebody's trying to, you can't see anything. Well, it's been like that for a while because they've got this growing out of it. 1935. Let's see. Oh wow, check this out, guys. It's a hand, no, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I thought for a minute, oh, you know what, I take that back. This at some point was a hand pump, you know, that people could use. There's the connection for the water, and then the thing going down into the water. It's probably still maybe connected to, even though it's really rusted, it's probably still connected to a water source. I don't think it's been used in a really long time, but I guess that's how they would provide water for people to use, you know, on the flowers and things like that. Wow. Very interesting. Let's see. Well, this right here, you cannot tell. Whatever was written there has long disappeared. Okay, let's see. Let me see, I was on the track of the older graves and somehow or other I got sidelined and I ended up with the newer ones. Let's see. Even though, to be honest with you, there's a mishmash of stuff here. There's like stuff everywhere. Okay, see, here we're back to Matilda and William Atchison, 1916 and 1884. Mother and father. Okay. These, that's it, that's gone. Same thing with some of these, they're fading fast. And that one over there, wow. You know what, I'm going to go back to my truck. I'm going to go around and see if I can. I'm telling you, because I go to other cemeteries and you can immediately tell where the old graves, just by the monuments and just the way they look. And here it's impossible because everything is above ground, and a lot of people do the monuments, and it's really, really hard to tell where the old graves. And look at this one. There's also a child, Flossie or Floss or wow, what is that? Our daughter. Okay, there we go. Flossie, daughter of John and Mary Roberts, born July 18th, 1888, died May 1st of 1889. This child was barely, not even a year old. A lovely bud, so soft and fair, called hence by early doom, just sent to show how such a flower in paradise would bloom. It's yeah. Let's see. Oh, there's another iguana. That's a big one too. What? Wow. You know what? They have, because I've been here for many, many years, and look at that. Apparently, these little things under the graves, this is where they hang out at. Oh, incredible. Oh, look at this from 1951. Those, forget it. You cannot tell what this is. There, I thought it was a dead lizard. I'm not afraid of lizards, but I just don't want to step on a dead one. Let's see. Wow, look at this. 1968. You can tell. Wow, this is it's either the ground is sinking in, or yeah, that's what it looks like. All right. This one. Jane Augusta Gardner, April 7th of 1857. June 4th of 1919. That one. Yep, that's gone. This is funny. Come to view the graves and run into iguanas, and big ones too, by the way. Those are really big. And like I was saying earlier, I've been coming to the Keys all my life, on and off, and I had never seen such an explosion of iguanas before. I don't know what's up with that. That's very unusual. I mean, you've always seen them around, but not like this. Look at this. This is beautiful. Elizabeth, beloved wife of Thomas H. Johnson, died April 15th, 1897, aged 69 years. Wow. Yeah, you can tell. This is the older part. Let's see. These little monuments. What is this? Woodman of the World Memorial. Okay, I guess he was a woodsman. Richard T. Berry, October 18th of 1874, June 22nd of 1919. Not an old man at all. This is on 7th Avenue. See what I mean? They've got very nice signage. Okay. Now, this is what I think it is. This is the grave of Dr. Felix Varela. And I think they even have schools in Miami named after him. Here's the Masons. Wow. Check it out. Yeah. That's the lodge he belonged to, which was number 64. They've got, I guess, different Masons in there. I guess this crypt was strictly to be used by Masonic members. And they've got people here dating back quite a few years. I mean, 1991. And they still, looks like they've still got space too. So I guess, I don't know what the criteria is. Okay, and they've got here like a name. It's like a memory, well, it's written in Spanish, a memory of our loved ones that have passed away, and it's got all the name of everybody. Okay, wow. Yeah, this, I'm sure this is a Mason mausoleum. So, oh, here's another well thing. I gotta keep my eye. Also, I don't want to get locked in here like what happened to me in Pinewood in Daytona. Does it work? Forget it. Nope, it does not work. It's not even. But apparently, yeah, that was how they kept everybody being able to fill up. Yeah, this is. Yeah, look at that. It is eventually, that's gonna fall in. It's gonna fall in. Look at that one, same thing. Yeah, you could tell a lot of people have done like little improvements to keep the elements off, but if there's nobody, eventually, if those people either die, move away, and then things start to come apart. Let's see. Sorry if this is jiggling. I'm trying really hard not to let it jiggle, but sometimes it's really difficult. I guess that one's Ben Zion or Zion. Look at this one. This one's chained off. It's got a little bench. And this is J.E. Romaguera, born September 24th, 1845, died August 21st, 1898. You know what? I'm going to keep this way because I have a feeling this is the older. And this is only William's crypt. Has got something written on it. He died as he lived, a Christian. Okay, I don't know, probably family members there. And again, you've got everything mixed up here. See this one. This is from what, 1911. Frank R. Linden, born December 25th, 1851, died February 7th, 1911. Okay. Let me see, I think I'm going to make my way back and get in my truck. And then, there's still a lot of, like I said, sometimes it's really hard to figure out where the old graves are, and the truth is, I think this is just where you have space at this point. And for those of you who are planning to visit, this is on 6th Avenue and Violet Street. This is from Reynolds, 1918, 1923. Yep. That's a pretty name for a street in a cemetery, but very appropriate, Violet Street. Okay, and they're also trying to, you can tell they're trying to plant certain trees that they've got to mark off. Black ironwood and fiddlewood tree. This one's a copania. Okay. There's my truck way down there. Let's see. Oh, Thomas Romer. Yeah, U.S. Navy. 1812 from, wow. He was born in Nassau, 1763, died at Key West, Florida, September 8th, 1891. Wow. He was 108 years old. Woo! Okay. Good for you, Thomas. Let's see. Again, you see that one falling apart. That's like that one. This is very beautiful. Beautiful angel too. Charles F. DuPont, 1861-1938. That's Our Lady of Miracles. Amanda DuPont, born August of 1844 in Columbia, Missouri, died November 20th of 1908 in Key West. Rome DuPont, born New Orleans, Louisiana, February of 1886, died Key West, Florida, April 30th of 1932. Wow. I guess this is the Tynes plot. Here we go, we're looking at this side. Wow. So much history here, so much drama, so many untold stories. Happy stories, sad stories. It's incredible. And this one, yeah, the fence is little by little. You could tell that originally this was a very nice fence, and it has totally gone by the wayside. The same thing here. You got like a... Well, guys, let's see what I find. Talk to you guys later. Let's see if I run into any more giant iguanas. Alright guys, in case you're ever wondering about a little bit over the top cemetery memorials, there you go, giant conch shell. So, yep, that makes a statement, all right. everybody, it's Marlene again, still in Key West. And I stopped real quick at this place called Higgs Beach. And it is the site of an African American cemetery. And this is the perfect time. It's a beautiful sunset. And basically what it's saying is near this site lies the remains of 294 African men, women, and children who died in Key West in 1860. The summer of that year, the U.S. Navy rescued 1,432 Africans from 3 American-owned ships engaged in the illegal slave trade. Ships bound for Cuba were intercepted by the U.S. Navy, who brought the freed Africans to Key West, where they were provided with clothing, shelter, and medical treatment. They had spent weeks in unsanitary and inhumane conditions aboard the slave ships. The U.S. steamships Mohawk, Wyandotte, and Crusader rescued these individuals from the Wildfire, where 507 were rescued. The William, where 513 were rescued, and the Bogota, where 417 survived. In all, 294 Africans succumbed at Key West to various diseases caused by conditions of their confinement. They were buried in unmarked graves on the present-day Higgs Beach. Let's see, where, let me see, lost my place. Where West Martello Tower now stands. By August, more than 1,000 survivors left for Liberia, West Africa, a country founded for former American slaves, where the U.S. government supported them for a time. Hundreds died on the ships before reaching Liberia. Thus, the survivors were returned to their native land, Africa, but not to their original homes on that continent. And that West Martello Tower is now it's a museum. As a matter of fact, that's where they have Robert the Doll. Wow. Okay, yeah, this is basically the map where the transited from. Okay, this is like a big memorial. This is the beach. This is Higgs Beach. Wow. Yeah, this is what in Africa. Over to, this is Cuba down there. Okay, I have to laugh because anybody that films is going to commiserate with me. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was on this thing. Nobody. And that's why I got off and I started trying to film. Doesn't fail. Somebody sees somebody with a camera and they run over. God. All right, guys, let me see if I can. So I'm losing my son. And let me see what I can find out. Here we go. Here's a trolley. Yay! And a real cute dog park across the street. Oh, look at them have fun.